Hello people. Now we will see about debugging in R. So as a programmer, you would have known about debugging. Debugging is a process where you identify potential or the errors, the bugs that exist in your program, and it is a way of identifying the bug that exists in your program. And the way to rectify it, you have multiple ways and multiple programming languages, and today we will see about the debugging process in R. So what is debugging? Like I said, it is the process of identifying a bug. What is a bug? It is some sort of indication that something's not right with your code. It may be a error in the syntax, it may be error in the semantics, it may be errors in the declaration of variables, it can be anything. So how can you indicate there is something wrong with your code? You can use message. Message is a notification or a diagnostic message which is produced by the message function which is available in R. So you can, if there is any error, you can use this message function to indicate that something is error. You can declare a warning message, or warning is the next type of indication that something is wrong, but it will not affect the functioning of the code. It is not fatal, which means there is no way it is not going to affect the running of the program. And but warnings are meant to be taken seriously, and each should be given its considered amount of time, and should be solved. And execution of the function continues generated by the warning function. And what is an error? Error is the next level to warning, which is an indication that it is a fatal problem, which means the program cannot run anymore, and the execution of the program stops, and which can be produced by the stop function. And the condition is a manually created one, or it is automatically created by R also. You can manually create it to set conditions to, when something happens, what should you do. Let's say you want to display a warning message, or you want to change the part of a code or something like that. And it's a generic concept for indicating that something unexpected can occur. So programmers have the ability to create their own conditions, and you can create your own. Moving on. So what is an example of a warning message? So as you all aware of the logarithmic function, there is log of -1 is not available, and it's not a number. So let's say what happens when you run log of -1. So this will necessarily yield NaN. So it will give you a warning message. Whenever NaN, not a number, is produced, a warning message is declared in R, which will say the warning message is NaN's produced. So this is one typical example. You can create your own warning messages, or you can use the existing automated warning messages to indicate there is something wrong with your program. Moving on. So you can use the print message to identify. Let's say you want a variable to have only variables less than 0, only greater than 0. So if someone enters a variable less than 0, you should print a message saying it is a less than 0 function. So these are simple functions written which will declare, just using the print function, you can just display a warning message, or this is just a message saying that you have to enter a variable 0. We'll see the small example where there is a function called x. Let's say we create a function called print message, which will take variables. So this plus, the plus symbol that comes here, which means the function is not yet complete, and you have to use a, when you put a double set bracket, the function will close. Let's use a if condition to just verify if x greater than 0, print value of x is accepted. Let's say if it is less than 0, print value of x is not accepted. Invisible hex. I'll tell you about this function later. So now this function is complete. So you have a function, let's say you want to pass a variable 1 which will say the value is accepted. Forget about the slash n which came because I pressed a enter here. So value of x is accepted if the value passed is greater than 0. Let's say I pass a variable which is less than 0, value of x is not accepted. So these are simple warning messages which can be taken into multiple levels depending upon the user who creates and the creativity level of him. So moving on, these can be used for keeping correct checks on your programs that you create. Moving on, so this is the same example I showed you. So missing value, if you are passing this NA, so where true or false is needed, this is where this invisible of x comes into play. Error in f if x greater than 0, missing value where these conditions are not available. So this is one such example. We don't have to do this in the R console. Just go through this example with you guys. Print message 2 is a function, and if the variable x is a missing value, is considered. If x greater than 0, we can print x greater than 0, and if is x less than or 0 equal to 0, you can print that, and there is a condition for x for us x is a missing value also. Moving on, the same way, so x of log of -1 will give you the warning message NA is produced, and print message 2 of x will give you x is a missing value. We'll finish this class with the last function that we discussed, and we will take more into debugging in detail in our next sessions.